Hello, this is Julian from Weisse, and I get to interview my friends from Missing in Action from Israel. Could you please introduce yourself and tell me which instrument you play?
Hello, my name is Sarel. I am Missing in Action's bass player.
Ido, vocalist.
I'm Ariel, I'm the guitarist.
Oren, also guitarist, and we also have Pril, the drummer.
Who is missing in action right now, so...
Okay, what brought you to WACKEN? Why do you play here? I heard you play in the metal battle.
Yeah, we participated in the Israeli Metal Battle Contest. We passed the semifinals, and then we passed the finals, and we got to play here in WACKEN.
Okay, hi guys. First of all, who came with the idea for the name of the band?
I know. Pril, it's a Foo Fighters song. I think there's a Foo Fighters song named MIA. But MIA was taken by that American singer, rap singer, hip-hop singer something. And
I thought you were like big 80s, early 90s action movies from Chuck Norris, so that's just my point. I mean, how you met guys, how you formed the band,
Well, that's a good question. Me and Ariel, we went to school together, and when I went to the army, I met Sarel and I met Oren. And apparently Oren and Ariel already knew before the army, so it was kind of a crazy get-together because most of us met in the army, but some of us already knew before. It was bound to happen, basically. Yeah.
I can barely imagine that it would be like a really hard experience for everybody in your country to go through a military service, which is obligatory, and maybe you have seen a lot of shit, and how all this experience goes into your music or in your lyrics.
Well, we put a lot of... this is our release, you know what I mean? We take everything we hold up inside and we write it down either into music or into lyrics from personal experiences. Like this CD that we're having now, The Cost of Sacrifice, is all about like experiences we had, whether it's the music or the lyrics. Like we just, every time we got home, we took our guitars and whatever came out, It's like everything that we could have just play, and it all together formed into this great music that we play. At least that's how we feel about it.
It's funny because a lot of people always say that they started with metal and then they continued to other genres. I think for some of us, metal was the last stop because we did all kinds of music, and then when we got to the army, all this depression, all this energies that are locked up inside you, you just need to run away. I remember myself, age, 19, after 1 year of military service, listening to Cowboys from Hell by Pantera and saying, fuck man, this is what I want to do. I want to grab a microphone and scream my lungs out because I have anger in me, That's how I got to metal, after singing classical music and opera and jazz and, like big band jazz, stuff like that. That's what I used to do. And only when I was in the army, I said, well, that's all bullshit. Now I want to do metal,
Do you think that there is, besides the military service that you did, that there is some sort of Israeli mentality that affects the way you work with other bands and the scene?
I don't know what the mentality is.
Do you think there is one? I heard...
Okay. I didn't understand the word. Okay.
I heard that Tel Aviv, for example, is a city that's super, super stressful. Like a big city somewhere else in the world, but everybody is pushing hard. Everybody's pushing to success. Would you say it's the same for you as a band? Concentrate, focus, work hard together?
Israel is a very dynamic country, a lot of things happen all the time. I think that to do something in Israel, and not only music, but anything, if you want to set a vegetable stand, you have to be very charismatic, you have to push all the time. It's very difficult to do things in a country where everyone is pushing and everyone wants everything so bad. So the music scene is small, and the metal scene is even smaller. So to do things back there, you have to push, and you have to push so hard. You have to be very outgoing, very very assertive. You should know what you want. You should know where you're aiming.
I think that also, due to what he said, that Israel is a very small place. It has quite a large population for such a small place, and in order to succeed, you really have to surpass like so many things. Like, it's okay, like it's good to be average, but you have to be good. You know what I mean? Like, you have to always strive and try and get out, especially with music like metal that does not have such a huge fan base in it. It has a good crowd in Israel, but it's not like it will never have 75,000 people like in Wacken. I don't know if it will even have 20,000 people. You know what I mean? Like, it's so small, and you're just trying to get out, and it's so hard to get out because there's so many good bands even around the world. There's a lot of good bands in Israel, but there's way more better bands in the world, and it's so hard to just, you know, even try and get in it, that being here at Wacken itself is so awesome. You know what I mean? Playing and just having the greatest time of our lives as a band. That's what I think, at least.
You think that the political situation in your country and the surrounding countries affects your lyrics? Would you say you are a political band at all, or a little bit?
I don't think we're political at all. We prefer not to take a stance in this because this is music. You know, and it's not punk, it's metal, and metal does not have anything to do with it.
I think the complexity of our country's political status is affecting everything we do. Unintentionally, we do not want to make a political stand. I would say we have a humanitarian stand. We have our humanitarian a message to the world, but that's not political. You know, that's not like X is wrong and Y is right, or A should win this war, or no, that's not what we're aiming for. We have our virtues, we have our principles which we believe in, and that's freedom, and that's equality for all mankind. And from where we live in, you know, a lot of people say equality and free the world, and they don't know what they're talking about, man. In our country, you can see situations of inequality every day. You can see people who don't get the basic human rights. So that's what we do stand for. It's not a political message. It's more of a just a humanitarian message for everyone.
What are your biggest influences besides metal?
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
Besides metal, we're all coming from very different musical backgrounds. For example, me, I used to sing classical music for 5 years, so I have a lot of that in my vocals. You can hear a lot of very operatic influences. I would say that like pop or non-classical influences for me was a lot of grunge music, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. I love the 90s grunge scene. That was for me the biggest influence, I would say.
Basically, I will always listen to metal. Before Missing in Action, I had a band that very similar style to Opeth. Very dark, you know, long songs, lots of acoustic parts, clean vocals parts. I like rock and roll, yeah, and a little bit of funk, yeah.
I heard you start to study jazz guitar soon.
Yeah, sure.
So would you say jazz is one of your big influences?
No, I only study jazz to get better at my guitar technique. I usually just listen to punk rock, like Blink and Offspring, NoFX, Legwagon. That's what I...
Oh, it's my turn?
It's your turn. What are your influences besides metal?
Hello there, big black thing. Well, there would be, I guess, some punk rock, classical music. I know punk rock would be Rise Against, Blink-182 even. Like, they have great CDs, all of them. I don't care whoever thinks they don't. Classical music, Vivaldi or Beethoven, stuff like that. The grunge and the rock and roll times, even like funk like James Brown, man, he's fucking awesome. There's He's the king, man.
The king
He's the
of
king
soul.
of the funk and soul,
Yeah.
man.
That's right.
Okay, so any last words for everybody who's watching this?
Well, long live the fucking metal. We hope you enjoy every interview that you watch on, what is this, a YouTube channel?
No, it's PitCam.
It's PitCam?
Exactly.
Well, enjoy PitCam. We are missing in action from Israel. This is Weisse from Berlin, Germany, and we deliver a message of hard fucking metal for you guys.
Okay, thanks for the interview, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Danke, PitCam.